with your Sunday Ask Susan Sunday Live with my computer glasses. How does it get any better than that? The question today is, are you doing what you love and loving what you do? Are you stuck in a rut? So, while we wait for the algorithms to kick in to let people know we are going live, we'll just kind of hum a few bars. You know, people ask me, how do you come up with these topics? How do you come up with these, hi Irina, with these questions? Well, they come from you. They come from my clients. They come from our 90 Days of Change Masterminds. They come from you. Hey Rita, welcome, welcome. And so I love it when you actually join in and contribute with what it is that's popping for you. When I ask you, are you doing what you love and loving what you do, or are you stuck in a rut, right? So many of us who are uber creators, we just create, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this doesn't work for me, but I promised I would get this done. Or, oh, I got a thumbs up right away on that one. I promised I would get this done. Or everybody's depending on me. Or this is my image. My image is I'm doing this. Now, my question for you is, hey, Erica, welcome. How's it working for you, right? Like, what if there was nothing wrong? What if whatever you were working on or with, or whoever you were working with or playing with, just doesn't work for you anymore, right? You know, what if you start to acknowledge who you be, what you be, and how you enjoy creating? Acknowledge that. Acknowledge what you have been creating. And then ask, so what is it that I'm asking to create now? Is it still what I have been asking to create? Or have they changed? Right? Hey, Rosanna, good morning. Yay. Oh, from Phoenix, Arizona, everybody pop in with tell us where you're from. We have an international community here on Ask Susan, and I love it. Thank you so much. So, for myself, I've had so many transitions and changes. You know, I went to undergrad when raising 4 kids, and then I did my master's in painting, and then I was in the gallery system, and then I wasn't. And then I was involved in the healing and the self-help networks, and that's changed as well. I was traveling around the world. Now I'm playing from my home. Change, shift, change, shift. What worked for you doesn't mean it has to work for you now. It can. But are you willing to be so bold as to ask yourself, hey Martine, welcome, is what I'm creating with, does it work for me, right? Or am I just pulling myself along in order to please somebody else, in order to take care of other people? Oh, I got hearts on that one. Hey, Lola, welcome, right? So, what are you doing that you don't really want to be doing? Thank you, Lola. Lola says, hi, beautiful. Thank you, Lola. What are you doing that you really don't want to be doing, right? What are you playing with that actually doesn't work for you? How are you reacting and acting in your relationships? Are you acting and reacting from something old, from an expectation of how people thought you should be? Ooh, I'm getting lots of hearts on this. Yep. Octavia says, thank you for this. Yay, thank you, Octavia, for the feedback. Yeah, because it's like, even when we say, oh, I'm going to be doing this, and we tell the world, and then all of a sudden we're not interested in it anymore, but we've told the world, and they have this expectation, so we have to live up to their expectation. Really? What's right about that? I'm not getting, right? So this is my challenge for you, is to just sit quietly with yourself and ask yourself, what is it that I'm creating with? What part of this works for me? What was the reason that I actually chose it? And does that still work for me? Am I still that person? Am I still playing with those energies? Could be yes, could be no. Give yourself the gift of just being in presence with you and asking some questions, right? And that question of, so what is it that I'd like to create, right? And if I did create this, what would that create for me? What is it that I'm asking to create? Could be exactly what you've been asking to create for the last 30 years. Not a problem, right? In creating this, what does it create for me? Right? Put you first. In creating this, what does this create for me? Yeah. So, as this is not a dialogue, oh, hi Tammy, welcome, welcome. As this is not a dialogue or monologue, it's a conversation, come on in with your questions or some feedback, or just, is this something that is popping in your universe? You know, as we're heading into 2020, it's like 2020 vision, seeing everything exactly, boom, right? Are you willing to be quiet with yourself and just ask yourself, so where are you now in your world? Hey, Marguerite, Annie Strickland, Where are you now in your world, in your reality? Is it working for you, right? Are you creating your life for somebody else or for you? So again, ask this question. What is it that I'm creating? What is it that I'd like to create? And what would I get out of that? Right? Now, it could be that you would get fame and fortune. It could be that you've decided you'll be helping people. Whatever that is, sit with it and ask yourself, is this really true for me? Right? That's your why. You know, Simon Sinek talks about what's your why, right? Hey, Vesna, welcome, welcome. You know, what is your why in choosing what you're working with, how you're working with, who you're working with, right? Is it something that brings you pleasure? Is it something that instills acknowledgement and gratitude in your world and then kind of jettisons out to everybody else's world? Right? Be present with you. This is your life. You came here to create, right? You came here to create. You didn't come here to wait, or you wouldn't have chosen a body, right? You have the ability to take care of you and your dreams and your hopes and your creations. So it's about being in the question. Is this working for me? Yes or no, right? What is it that I'm asking to create? Not, oh, I have to do this because I said I would, because I owed this to this person, because it's what I've always done, because it's a good gig, right? Hi, Dale. When you pop in those becauses, take the because out because you're creating a cause. So are you working for a cause that just actually doesn't work for you anymore? You stuck in a rut? Ask some of these questions and see truly what else is possible. So, questions, anybody? Anything, any of this popping for you, right? Let me know. Now's the time. And we can kind of laser coach and blow it out of the water. For me, I keep changing all the time. That's who we be. Right? And it doesn't mean that you have to throw everything out. It's more about being really present with what you are creating and how you are creating. And then asking yourself, oh, so what will this create 5 years from now? Right? Is that where you want to go? You're the master of and the mistress of your own destiny. Where is it you're asking to go? And is what you're doing and how you're doing and who you're playing with, hey, Parveen, getting you there? If not, let's ask some questions. It's a very quiet group today. Cool, cool, cool. So, what are you doing that you don't really want to be doing? What are you creating that actually doesn't work for you? Because we're uber creators. We can create crap and we can create joyous, yummy, orgasmic, everything. It's just a choice, right? What is it that you're doing that you don't really want to be doing? Sit quietly with yourself. You know, I'm a big believer in putting it on paper, right? Everything that you're actually creating that doesn't work for you, put it down on a piece of paper and then ask some questions about that. Are you creating it for you or for somebody else? Are you creating it from your past, your present, or for your future? Octavia, it feels like I don't finish anything that I create. Is that true? I don't know, is it? Is it? Right? Have you already finished it before you started it? Right? Have you already decided what it should look like, feel like, who they should look like, feel like, and so you've moved on to something else? What do you want to see with yourself a year from now, Octavia? Right? And for everybody, do you want to see yourself as having accomplished something? Well, if that's true, let's chunk it down. Whatever that is that you want to accomplish. Octavia says yes. Yeah, so whatever that is for you. Could be money, it could be relationship, could be being more sexual, could be, you know, a song, a book, whatever that is. More nurturing environment, right? Whatever that is for you, chunk it down and put it into action. Hey, Sandy, welcome, welcome. Put it into action, right? The universe rewards action. It's too easy to sit back and say, well, I could have been a contender, right? What is it that you're asking to create? Chunk it down. What's one action I could put in action today, right? What are your priorities? And that, you know, when we talk about priorities, we also talk about false priorities. And that's why I want you to really write down what is it that you're asking to create. All of the ideas, no matter how crazy. And then I got a heart on that. And which one of those is actually true for you? Or which one of those are you creating for somebody else? Because you've already decided who you are based on someone's expectations of you creating. I wonder what that could look like. Hey, Anna, welcome, welcome. Octavia, let me know if that gives you some more information. Thank you so much for your question. This is the time. Come on in with your questions. This is the hour for you. It's Ask Susan, and it's that space and place for those of you who are new to come on in. What's popping for you when I ask you, are you doing what you love and loving what you do, or are you stuck in a rut? Right? Because you have the capacity to shift and change. And again, if you're just popping on, we've been playing with some questions. One of them is, what are you doing that you don't really want to be doing? Be gut honest with yourself, right? And look at those and ask yourself, who am I doing this for? For me? For somebody else? For a promise? For somebody else's expectation? For who I've decided I have to be? Right? How's that working for you? Right? It's about being in the question of, I wonder what this could create, even just for today, right? Don't put off. Oh, I got thumbs up. Don't put off tomorrow what you can put into action today. Yeah. And then ask yourself, again, what is it that you're doing you don't want to be doing? And why are you doing these things? Hey, Christine, welcome, welcome. Hi, Sunshine, she says, hi. What are the excuses that you're telling yourself? Hey, Donna, welcome. Teresa, morning, I'm stuck in a rut. All right, financial broke, nothing is working for me. Well, okay, so the thing is, thank you, Teresa, I appreciate your comments. As long as we have a point of view that nothing works for us, then nothing will work for us. That's kind of a rut that we get into. You know, when you create a habit, and we've been taught to create a habit of being judgmental, of criticizing ourselves, right? When you create a habit, you've got to shift it. Hey, Donna, you've got to shift it to a greater habit. So here's my challenge for you, Teresa. What if you shift and change the language that you're telling yourself? Ooh, I got some hearts, thanks, Donna. What if you shift and change the language that you're talking to yourself with, right? Because that's what the universe is hearing. That's what your team is hearing. That's what all of these energetic contributions are there for you. And they're hearing, I'm stuck, I'm broke, nothing's working, right? So start with these questions. You know, what are you doing that you don't really want to be doing that's keeping you stuck financially? What is it that you can shift and change? Where would you like to be financially a year from now, 3 months from now? Play with that. Chunk it down. What's one thing I can put into action today that would have me creating the kind of money that I'd like to play with right away? Teresa said, can you give me a clearing to shift? I just did, honey. And here's something about clearings for everybody. You have to actually be willing to be the energy, right? Be the energy of what you're asking for and what you're asking to clear. There's a lot of information out there that is saying, if you just do this clearing and listen to it all night and everything will change. Not really. You have to be willing to be the change that you're asking for. So Teresa, are you willing to be the abundance of money, silver, gold, monies, right? Are you willing to be that abundance? Right? Cool. Teresa said, thank you. You are so welcome. I love that. Thank you so much. It's about being willing to be present. You know, a lot of us have bought into a point of view about money from our parents, from our grandparents, from the culture we live in, from the country we live in, from the taxes that we pay. Whatever that is that, you know, now that you have that awareness, Teresa goes, yes, now I want a heart and everything. Now that you have that awareness, I wonder what this could shift and change, right? And ask yourself, is that mine or somebody else's, right? What are you doing that you really don't want to be doing? Criticizing yourself, judging yourself, deciding something can't work is a doing, right? That's an action. So would you like to shift and change your actions into, oh, I got some hearts on that one, into actually creating the kind of financial abundance that you're asking for? Yay. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much. Yay, yay, yay. Anybody else popping on? Anybody else have a question? This is so, hey, Lori, welcome, welcome. This is such a big one. You know, how many of you are afraid to rock the boat? How many of you are worried that you'll be told you're a bad person if you stop doing what you have been doing, right? How many people have told you, never give up, right? Well, is what you're doing actually what you want to be doing? Is what you're creating actually what you want to creating? Does it bring you joy? Hey, Dubravka, does it bring you joy? Does it bring you happiness? Are you excited when you wake up in the morning, right? Or are you concerned that you'll be considered lazy or selfish or greedy? Right? So that would be that you've decided to be controlled by other people's points of view. How's that working for you? Right? What is it? The truth is, you're holding yourself in this place, in this rut, because of a deep point of view that you're holding on to that's keeping you stuck. So you might ask yourself, so what, hey Janie, so what point of view am I holding on to that's keeping me in this rut? Right? Do a little digging. Do a little digging. It's like, oh, are you living your life for you and spreading out the joy? Or are you living your life because of the you you've decided you have to be? That's the one that kills you. Yeah. What if you didn't have to be anything or anyone? What could that create? What if you were just fresh every morning? Who am I today? What grand and glorious adventure can I be, do, have, create, change, choose, instill, instigate, and let's go, baby? Much more fun, right? Yeah. So, if there's no more questions, I'm going to love you and leave you. Let me know, am I in the right ballpark here? Some thumbs up or hearts. It's a quiet group today. I'm so grateful for all of you popping in. I haven't seen some of you for a while. Donna, what point of view I'm holding on to that's keeping me stuck? Nice one. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it could be you were taught to act a certain way from a very young age, and you're holding on to that. Are you that person anymore? Oh, I got lots of hearts and thumbs up. Are you even that person anymore? Right? And it's like, so what excuse am I telling myself that keeps me from living the life I really want to live? Right? Hey, Rosanna, I got lots of hearts on that. What excuses am I using that's keeping me stuck and keeping me from living the life and creating the life that actually works for me? Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Absolutely. Choice. Choice creates. If it doesn't work, let it go. Again, how many of you have surrounded yourself with people that keep talking about you in the past? And I got some hearts on that one. On the past, right? I remember saying to my mom at one point, you're not allowed to talk about me in the past anymore. Because she kept bringing up everything I had done and actually wasn't willing to see me in the present in this 10 seconds. And it actually didn't work for me. So I gave her a choice. If you want to see me, we need a different dialogue, right? And she got it. So how many of you are surrounded yourself with people that you use as touchstones that are holding you back from being the uber creator that you truly be? Yeah. It's now the time to find some new people to play with. Yeah. I know it's bizarre. People who create a false sense of intimacy by sharing what isn't working, they actually don't want you to create any greater, because then they won't have that false sense of intimacy with you. You'll be different. So my challenge for you is, are you willing to be as different? Are you willing to rock the boat, right? Are you willing to stop holding yourself in place? I wonder what else is possible. Yeah. Any other questions? Any other comments? Otherwise, I'd like to keep these short. I love the feedback. People say, I love it because they're short. And you know what? Come on over to Ask Susan TV. We've got all the last 4 years of Ask Susans right there for you. Donna, okay, let's go. Whoop. Yes, I did that with my mom too, and it was beautiful. Absolutely. I still have a few others that refuse to change that. It made it distant. How does it get any better than that? Well, the thing is, we need and meet and play with different people at different times in our lives. Right? So the question could be, is now the time to let them go? Right? Because the thing is, again, the more you're willing to let go and not hold on, the more new people will come into your life that resound to who you truly be, that enjoy the joy of you, right? And I wonder, wouldn't that be more fun to play with? Yeah. Donna said for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's such a huge buffet out there. Nurturing. That's the deal. If what you're doing and playing with isn't nurturing you, let it go. Right? Nurturing. A forest is nurtured. A garden is nurtured. Right? When I cook, I'm nurturing. I'm gifting my guests with a big hug. And that comes back. Right? Is what you're creating with and how you're creating nurturing you? That's the question. If it isn't, ask some questions about that, right? What's the value of holding on to this? What's greater here for me? Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Thank you, Donna says, have a great day. You too, Donna. Mwah. Love from Australia. We have such an international group here. I'm so grateful for all of you. Really, really, really so much gratitude for all of you showing up. If you want to dig deeper, if you say, Susan, you know what, I need to like really get into this, roll up my sleeves, contact me, private message me. Let's get into a strategy session and see what we can create greater here for you. Adore you all. See you next Sunday. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader that you came here to be. Right? Fearless. You chose a body. You chose to come here. Now, come on. Let's get in the game and shift and change this. Adore you all, and I will see you next Sunday. In the meantime, ask a few of these questions and let other people know what Ask Susan's all about, and let's see what we can create together. Bye-bye.